Yeah, headliners. There's a lot of people know about the fantasy headliners. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yeah. Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chub life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
What is going on in a last minute decision headliner stream on a Sunday? Kyle, how we doing? Kyle, are you there?
We're doing.
Oh, okay.
We're doing.
I didn't
Good.
I didn't know you were you're going in for the whisper right off the bat. I thought you were looking at your microphone like you were having a problem.
No, right off the bat. Whispering.
Okay, good. Straight to the whispers. Well, as you can see, we're going to be doing, we're going to be having some fun today, Kyle. We're going to be trying to do some drafts here with the nation, right? And we're going to be doing it here on Underdog Fantasy. Now, real quick, before we even get into it, right? Obviously, Underdog's going to be a big part of the channel this year. They are our main sponsor for the year. Shout out Underdog. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's not just going to be the normal stuff you've seen for the past few years on all these other channels. We're having fun together as a community. So make sure if you do not have an account already set up through Underdog, do so now. Once you do that $10 deposit, Kyle, people are going to get hooked up. We're going to do their deposit match up to $100. We're going to make sure we give them a free 2023 Fantasy Headliners draft guide. They're going to be able to compete against us in some best ball drafts. And on top of that, the first 1,000 people that sign up, I'm going to give away something signed from my office. So it's going to be a straight banger. So make sure you use that promo code Headliner, sign up for the new account, and then you're automatically going to get all that stuff. And we're going to have some fun here, Kyle. Now, if you are just now turning in or tuning in, there is a link in the description. In that link in the description, the very top line is a link to join the current draft that you guys see on your screen right here. So if you want to join, you have an account, click that join link right there. And once it's filled, we're going to start drafting. Kyle, that's the way this goes. But in the meantime, until it fills, we can hang out with the nation in the chat, and you and I can discuss whatever it is that's on your mind that is appropriate, I guess.
We got a couple of OGs in the chat celebrating a membership versary. OEG Official has been a member for 21 months.
Wow.
He says, "What's up, Headliner Nation? What up, OEG?" And then Casey, I'm addicted to Kyle Sullivan, also in the chat, becoming a member for the 19th month. Live chat, baby. Hit those likes. Thanks for the entertainment while the wife drives us home from the water park.
Casey's at the water park?
Casey just doesn't seem like a water park guy to me.
Casey doesn't seem like a type of dude that lets his wife drive him around everywhere. Just saying, Casey, you should be driving that car. I mean, I guess if you were driving, you wouldn't be able to chat with us right now. So that's good. We're only waiting for 5 more people. Once it starts, we'll kick off this draft. Walter John McGowan says, "Did your subscription to Discord expire?" It looks like I don't see an emoji thing next to your name, Walter John. So I'm guessing that the membership on YouTube was not renewed. Because once you're a member on YouTube, you automatically get that access to Discord. So that's what I'm guessing has happened. Oh, OEG, I hate to hear that, but you can still be right here with us and have some fun. That's for sure.
Woo.
What do you make of ambiguity putting the lips between the eyeballs? Do you mean that you think he's like kissing you between the eyes, Kyle? Is that what that is?
Right here?
Yeah, like right there.
Yeah.
Right in the unmanscaped stubble.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Why would there be unmanscaped stubble in between my eyes? I don't have a
I don't know. I just take I mean, I haven't looked that closely at your face, but if I had to guess, there's probably a few hairs there.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, would you rather me stare directly into your face? I mean, that'd be weird.
I mean,
You've done weirder, but it is what it is.
If it
How's
was
everybody
Ryan Reynolds,
enjoying
I'd
the
be down
off
with
season? Everybody, hey, you know what this weekend is, Kyle? Income tax weekend.
it. Oh my god.
Man, how much does this weekend suck balls? Hit the
Between
like
the
button
two
if
of
you
us-
hate paying taxes.
Between the two of us and how much we have to pay in taxes, we could afford a down payment on a really big influencer house.
Probably. I know what the total is I paid throughout the year, but I'm not excited. I don't want to say it out loud again because it makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me sick to my stomach. All right, we got 4 people left. Just a reminder, there's a link right at the very first line of the description of this video. If you want to join this draft, get your account signed up using the promo code Headliners. Click that link and you're in, and then you'll draft here with us this afternoon. However long. If this draft flies by, we'll do a couple. If this draft takes a while, we'll do one. We're here for the next couple hours.
So it looks like we've got 4 spots left.
Yes, 4 spots.
4 spots.
This
Waiting
is
for the
going
NFL
to
draft.
be a
What position do you think the Cowboys need? This is actually funny. I'm working on mock draft 5.0, which will come out tomorrow. Right now, as far as what the Cowboys, the mock draft I'm doing tomorrow is really going to be surrounded with what's the noise out there. So what are the insiders saying and things like that. So that's what tomorrow's mock draft is not going to be my predictions. My final prediction mock draft will come out next Monday, right before we head to Kansas City to be backstage at the NFL draft with those media credentials. But as far as the Cowboys go, when you take a look at what they need, I don't have the Cowboys filled in for tomorrow yet.
Well, that's good because you wouldn't want to give it away yet anyway.
I wouldn't want to, but really in terms of where are their biggest needs in the trenches, whether it be the interior of the offensive line or the interior of the defensive line, both some needs for them. The defense played pretty well last year. They could still go that route. It's really going to depend on who falls that far to them. Some people are saying like Jerry Jones is going to go Bijan Robinson. I really don't think that happens.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, would it surprise you though? Probably not. I mean, I've seen Jerry Jones want to do crazier things.
It would surprise me more than the CD Lamb pick from a few years ago.
Okay.
I would say that.
I hear that.
They just paid. I mean, they really just got burnt by the Zeke contract, right? Because you sign Zeke to that contract, you end up needing to get rid of Amari Cooper. You get basically nothing in return for him. And then they turn around and have kind of an inconsistent offense last year. Now, part of that, Michael Gallup working his way back from injury. A lot of people were down on him. But with that, I mean, you just couldn't do some things with your offense that you would have liked to because of such a large running back contract. So to spend a first round pick on a running back again, when you've already tagged Tony Pollard and you clearly think that he's a guy that you could keep long term, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I hear that. Only 2 spots left, Kyle, and we're going to start drafting.
2 spots. Make sure if you haven't done it yet, sign up over on Underdog, download the app, go to the website, whatever you want to do, use code Headliners when you sign up. We're live drafting right now. The link in the description below will take you directly to the draft. But if you make that $10 deposit, right, $10? $10.
$10.
Yeah,
at least $10.
Make that $10 deposit with our code word Headliners. You're going to get a free 2023 fantasy football draft guide. You're going to be putting in a drawing to pick something from Jake's office there behind him in the area vicinity of his head right there. You're going to be able to pick something out if you win. We got some goodies. So you got to sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And heck, they'll match the deposit all the way up to $100 as well. Give you some money to play with, win some money. We're going to win some money on Underdog this year, not just with drafts and teams and best ball. We're going to make some pick'em money this year, Kyle. I made some money last year
so far just to get used to it. I'm liking what I'm liking it so far.
Okay, I've tried some basketball and baseball, but I don't know anything about them, so I have sucked. I'm sticking with my bread and butter. I'm sticking with football. Are you boys going to get some KC barbecue? Buck, you better believe it. We'll be in Kansas City in what, 10 days, Kyle?
Not soon
10
enough.
days. We're going to be there for the draft. Looking forward to that.
Dog's Breakfast becoming a member for the 14th month. Appreciation to all of Headliner Nation. Keep grinding. Dogs, appreciate you. Thanks for continuing to be a member over the off season.
Yeah, appreciate that. Luis says he's paid taxes. Like, I don't know where it went now. Has paid around $11,000 every year for the past 8 years. Luis.
Holy crap.
First off, that's a lot for you. Now, if I'm including business and personal taxes, you need about triple that bad boy for 2022. But yeah, gotta love paying taxes. I mailed everything off yesterday, and I cried while doing so. Casey says he's disappointed he can't come hang with us. Are we disappointed that he's not going to be there, though? Like, I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if I can say that.
But yeah, if anyone's in the Kansas City area on Saturday, the park that is directly next to the draft, so that park that's adjoined with kind of the draft area, we're going to be doing a headliners meetup over there. It sounds like there's going to be a few people headed on over to hang out with us, just chat with us, talk football, life, everything in general, and just meet us in person. So I'm excited for that.
He thinks we're a little harsh. Casey, if you don't know by now, you have to know by now. You've hung out with us twice now. That we will not bust your balls. You know what I mean? Like it's
what
just
he said to me last night.
Okie dokie. All right, hey, the draft is full.
Oh, starting soon.
The draft is about to start. Everybody now has their spot. Kyle in the 2 spot.
Oh,
I'm in the 4 spot. Just a reminder, make sure you're looking at the rules. If you don't know where the rules at, it's this little I button right here. This is a super flex league. It has a super flex spot. Pay attention to that, right? It's only a $3 draft. We ain't going crazy to start it off here. Maybe as the offseason goes on, I'll see if anybody wants to do a bigger money one, and maybe we can do something like a big money one. We'll see if anybody wants to do it. But yeah, make sure you pay attention to that. Starts in 22 seconds. Make sure you get your account signed up with the promo code Headliners right now. The draft guide alone, Kyle, is $21.99. And that's going to cover you for your entire, your year-long team for redraft. That's $21.99. For $10, you already get that. Plus, they're matching it. You're getting all kinds of stuff for just a cheap price.
You got to do it like it. Oh, we're on the board. We're not on the board yet. Draft just started. We're going to be on the board here in just a second. Now, you can't see my screen. You can see Jake's screen, though. So you're going to see my first pick being a super flex league. We're 100% going to go with Josh Allen right here. It makes 100% sense to do that at pick number 2.
It does. And I'll have the draft board up here so people can see it. I'll just switch back and forth. Well, I guess I'm going to have to make my pick right now. And being that it is super flex, we're going quarterbacks early here. Justin Fields, Joe Burr, Justin Herbert, all right here at the top. And honestly, I'm going to take my boy. I'm going to go with Joe Burr. I like myself some Joe Burr this year.
Was there any part of you that thought Justin Jefferson there?
Yes. If it wasn't super flex, it would have been Justin Jefferson for sure. But being the fact that Hurts, Allen, and Mahomes went right off the bat, to me, that signals that a lot of people are going to automatically take quarterbacks early because they're going to think that there's a run going on. And if I don't take one now, by the time it comes all the way back to me, I think I would have been screwed. We'll find out. We'll see who takes advantage of it or not. But if everybody goes quarterback, then I feel good about it.
Well, we've got 5 quarterbacks to start this draft, and people watching right now, knowing what we've talked about quarterback wise in the past, where we like to get values on quarterbacks. Again, this is a super flex league, and one of those things, especially if you've bought the draft guide in years past, you've seen me talk about having this kind of tiered approach to super flex leagues, where I like to go like stud quarterback early. Then I like to find that value a little bit later. And then really late in the draft is where you get a QB3, where it's like, hey, this is a guy that I just trust to fill in on the bye weeks. Or if someone were to get injured, he could probably get the job done. So a lot of people watching right now that are like, holy crap, almost every single pick in the first round, except for one is a quarterback. You shouldn't be surprised with it being a super flex league, especially with the underdog scoring in play as well.
No, we did have Justin Jefferson go at number 6, and then Travis Kelce to dogs at 9, the first non-quarterbacks taken. Do I hate that? I don't think I do, because now that we've had this run on quarterbacks, you have to think that when dogs comes back around, now we have Christian McCaffrey off the board, they're going to have a chance at a quarterback, but if they don't take one now in a super flex league, they're going to be in trouble a little bit.
You know what's really interesting about Christian McCaffrey? That we've spent back-to-back seasons hearing about how, oh, I'm not touching Christian McCaffrey because the dude's way too injury prone. The Christian McCaffrey that you're drafting this year is the same Christian McCaffrey that you've been drafting in previous years, except he's on a better offense. So it's crazy to see that Christian McCaffrey is basically the RB1, and there is no argument whatsoever about it, considering the last 2 years. And if anything, his volume has a chance to be a little bit more up and down, especially in the passing game this year. And we don't even know who their quarterback is yet.
And it doesn't even matter.
Everybody is so in on CMC and no one's talking about him.
And that's what's great, right? Is it doesn't even matter who the quarterback's going to be, because if it's Lance or it's Purdy, either way, CMC is going to eat as long as he's on the field.
Briz becoming a member for the 9th month. Let's get it. James McIntosh, Motor City Jimmy, becoming a member for the 23rd.
Wow.
month.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 full years. If I have Jamar Chase and St. Brown as wide receiver 1 and 2, would you take Jameson Williams? If so, in PPR, what round? I mean, I would take Jameson Williams. I don't know what his ADP is though right now. Do you
He's
have
right around this? I think he wants like right around 80th overall.
Okay. I mean, you're not drafting a wide receiver early with those two guys already as keepers. So Jameson Williams late is a wide receiver 3. I don't hate it, but I would like to have another safe guy to kind of pair as my wide receiver 3B with JMO.
3B? 2B or not 2B, Kyle?
Wide receiver 3B.
3B. All right, well, I'm coming up here in just a couple picks. I got the draft board up here. Tyreek Hill gone. Austin Eckler gone. I'm going to have a choice to make, Kyle. I'm going to have a choice to make. Do I put a little bit more pressure on and go with my second quarterback right off the bat, which normally I hate doing. I do not like doing that. But typically in super flex drafts, not all the time are you going to get, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quarterbacks off the board before you even get to your second round pick. This is where you got to kind of take a little bit of a look at what's available, because I could take a second quarterback here knowing that I probably could get another guy in the 3rd, but if you, Briz, and Bihan Shaft all go quarterback, I'm going to get the Shaft, if you know what I mean. So
it's definitely a consideration here. Me personally, I'm going to wait and see what you do before I divulge any.
I know you're not going to say anything. So we got Tua, we got Goff, who I do like me some Jared Goff this year. We got Geno, Derek Carr. There's still a couple options here. So at running back, we got Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Saquon. You know what? It was a bad year last year for Jonathan Taylor, but I'm going to take JT right here as a high upside guy with a very high ceiling from week to week. And then hopefully one of those quarterbacks that I named to fall back to me, and you don't take. Actually, you're not going to take all 3 of them. You're not that dumb. Or maybe you are.
You never know. All right. So it's coming back to me here. I mean, I've already gone quarterback. I'm gonna let the 1.01 make some decisions for me here, and I'm gonna go with a guy. I mean, I can't really skip over Cooper Kupp right here, and if I don't draft him right now, my time is going to run out.
Your time is going to run out, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's a guy that at the end of the second round, even if he's a wide receiver, like a mid to low wide receiver 1 because of some step backs, I'm still golden with that pick right there.
All right, so there's our draft board. Let me see what's coming up here, who's available. I'm going to go ahead and star the quarterbacks that I had mentioned earlier. Kyle, what do you think about Matthew Stafford this year?
Well, since I just drafted Cooper Kupp, I hope it's good.
I mean, he's one of those guys that I'm kind of on the fence about. You know what I mean? Like, do we get Matthew Stafford from 2 years ago? Do we get last year's Matthew Stafford? Do we not even care which Matthew Stafford? I mean, there's just so many scenarios with Matthew Stafford. He's going to have the opportunity again, but can he stay healthy all year? Luis wants to do how big of money you want to do, Luis?
All right, it's back to me, and I'm gonna try and stay super balanced here. I'm gonna skip over quarterback again.
Ballsy.
I'm gonna skip over quarterback again.
Ballsy.
We're gonna play it. And you know what? Just because I think a run could potentially coming up here soon, I'm gonna go with a guy at a position that I love to draft early that I haven't drafted yet. I'm gonna get a running back here. Go with Kenneth Walker.
All right. Well, I got 3 quarterbacks in my queue. I only got 1 pick before I pick, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm taking one of them. I was kind of hoping they would have taken Tua, so I wouldn't have had to think about it. I love Tua. I would love for Tua's head to stay, attached to his shoulder so he could stay on the field a little bit more. But we saw what that upside was with Tua, with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I'm going with Tua as my number 2 here. And if I feel really ballsy, like late in the draft, I'll just pick up Mike White and not worry about it.
I sniped Briz there.
You did?
Yeah, he was going to go with Kenneth Walker. Now, the reason I went with Kenneth Walker over a guy like Saquon Barkley there is because Saquon Barkley, I believe, will be a lot like last year, where he's going to be very volume dependent, and we might not see some of those big plays that we used to see early on in his career. He's becoming a guy that might be a little bit more of a balanced player instead of being like one of those home run hitters. Again, like we saw in his first couple of years in the league. Whereas with Kenneth Walker in this offense, with Geno Smith leading it, we've already seen kind of what they want to establish that offense and be. Plus, you've got those high-powered weapons on the outside with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett stretching the field, and a best ball league where you really want to get guys that have the potential to have more big games than just solid games. I'm going Kenneth Walker there over Saquon Barkley, and it's one of the reasons why Nick Chubb in a best ball league isn't really on my radar that much. Now, if we get a little bit later on and we're into let's say maybe the 6th round, I think about it, but Nick Chubb is a very safe pick for redrafters. He's not a safe pick for best ballers.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's where it's hard to differentiate sometimes, but these best ball ones, and that's why so many people do so many different best ball drafts, is you're trying to do different combinations and different things and see what works, see what fits. And right now, especially in April, knowing that so much is going to change in the next 2 weeks after the draft, these are really for fun, and a lot of people will take them overly seriously at this point. Once we get a little bit later into the off season, once we're in those June, Julys, August, you better believe I'm going to start hiding my screen a lot more. I'm not going to be showing people the people I'm putting in my queue. I'm not going to be doing that when we get a little bit closer, because you know what? I'm trying to win some money, but right now I just want to hang out with the people. And if I end up losing, at least I lose to the people who are here to support us. So that's all I care about.
Yeah, quarterbacks continuing to go fast here towards the end of the 3rd round with Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith, Derek Carr, all coming off the board. I do have something that's kind of a little bit of a best ball hack for me right now. I'm not going to bring it up yet.
You're about to get Bryce Young or Kenny Pickett as your quarterback too.
I mean, I'll take Bryce Young over Kenny Pickett.
Will you?
As of right now, it's hard to, just because we have no idea.
I don't know where he's going to be. I get it if he falls in the right spot, but man, I don't know. Pollard. It's Ramondre Stevens season part 2 coming up. Oh, Casey, he's totally watching my stuff. I know he's totally watching my stream. He's watching who I put in my queue. I know he is. He's just.
I'm looking at my phone.
Whatever. We all know that you're trying to take my players.
Down.
Who's 5'11" and 9/10?
They're talking about Bryce Young.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, I know
Jared
neither
Goff
one of
is
us.
already gone.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Goff went at.
He went in the 3rd round, beginning of the 3rd, right?
Beginning of the 2nd round.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, my bad. End of the second round. End of the second
Okay.
round. 22nd overall. Are we going to be doing listener leagues? We're going to be doing a lot of private type things through Underdog. OEG.
I can't have the YouTube app open on my phone at the same time as the draft.
I know. It's because you don't have YouTube Premium. Dog said that earlier, and somebody told him he needed to step up.
Yes, I do.
You
I
do?
wasn't thinking that you could minimize it and scroll it up. I don't really do that with YouTube.
Oh, dang. I'm almost on the clock again. Who's left in my queue? All right. Well, we got some big name guys left here. Everybody can see my queue on the screen right now, so that's great to know. And here we go. I got Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper. If I want to go wide receiver, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, some bigger play guys at the running back position. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gamble a little bit, and I'm going to go with Devontae Smith. When I'm talking about best ball, I want those big-time games. I want those explosion games. And if I can get a couple guys like that, I'm all about it.
100%. I agree there. We got.
Oh, I forgot you're on the clock. I was going to talk to you.
We got some stuff here. T. Higgins is the first one that comes to mind. He's going to have those big games kind of pop off at times. I am going to go with him here. He was the guy that I was already looking at being available when it got back to me. So I'm just going to roll with him right there.
I mean, obviously he was in my queue as well. I don't dislike it whatsoever. And I really don't dislike probably the next guy that I'm going to take if he's there. I don't know if he's going to make it past you.
Things about ready to get real weird here.
Why? You about to go nasty?
It's just...
Not the first time. Dogs, I see that. I appreciate you. He's thinking about it. Well,
all
there
right,
goes Bryce Young.
we have a decision that we need to make here. And in best ball leagues, I like one guy a little bit more than another, but I don't know if it's too early or not. But I really don't care. I'm going to go with it. F it anyway. I'm taking Aaron Jones right here.
I was going to take Aaron Jones.
Yes.
I was going Aaron Jones. I'm not going Aaron Jones now. So
I liked Aaron Jones over Najee Harris there.
In best ball, yeah, 100%. I agree with that. But now that he's not there, we got the rumors of Dalvin Cook. Is he going to get cut? Is he going to get released? I hate that kind of stuff. I think Miles Sanders is primed to explode in Carolina. And honestly, if Donta Foreman can go out there and rush for $120 a week, Miles Sanders, as somebody that they brought in free agency and their new coaching staff, I'll take that risk and hope for some big games. I've always been a Miles Sanders truther, Kyle. I've always been one.
Well, even when he came out, I mean, I remember when he was drafted, we were sitting in the hotel room creating content, and we were like, Miles Sanders has got the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's that guy at the running back position.
Is that when we went to the combine and got kicked out for not being in the right spot because we went somewhere we weren't supposed to be?
I don't ever remember getting kicked out.
Okay, we didn't get kicked out. I guess we didn't even get asked to move, right? Did we get asked to move, or did we just
No,
lie?
remember she walked up to us and she said, "Are you allowed to be here?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're just scouting right now." And she was like, "Okay," and she walked away.
That's true. That's right. But we were
never asked for credentials.
We were in a spot that we should not have been.
No, we were not. So, and then kind of going back to it there, I mean, should I have gone with another quarterback? Probably. Am I going to be screwed when it comes back to me? Probably. Do I love that my team at the wide receiver and running back position can compete with everybody right now? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Who out there in Chatland has created an Underdog account? How about this, Kyle? I'm going to throw this out there. I wasn't planning on doing this.
Uh-oh.
Because I get a report every single day from Underdog. It's in the morning when I wake up at 10. It's there already. If you sign up for Underdog today, I'll go through the list tomorrow and see who it is, and I'll put on the community tab. I'll pick a random winner for a signed mini helmet, signed headliner mini helmet.
There you go.
I got him behind. I can't reach him. I'm waiting for Big Mac's signature on a few more helmets, and then I'm getting everything shipped out for the winners that won the fantasy the listener leagues last year. That's the last thing I'm waiting for is a signature from Big Mac. Polo says he made one, but his state's still not allowing it. So you can have one, you just can't deposit, and unfortunately, that's the kicker right there. Oh, you're at the 101. You guys are going down. Hugo, let's take a look at. Let's take a look at Hugo's.
Mahomes, Bijan, CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, and Bryce Young. I mean, a lot of risk here because you're taking Bryce Young and Bijan Robinson, and you have absolutely no idea where they're going to be yet. So really, your draft is going to be predicated on how the actual draft goes. You gotta hope for those really solid landing spots. If Bryce Young goes to an Indianapolis and Bijan goes to a Philadelphia, then you're set up primo, 100%.
Mm-hmm. It's coming back to me, Kyle. I haven't even looked at the queue in a while. My queue is empty. My queue is empty. I'm going through my queue right now.
I mean, I'm loving where I'm standing right now.
But you're sitting.
This is true.
All right, I got enough to get me through to my next pick here. Looking for those big days, right, Kyle? We're looking for those big blow-up days.
Big days.
Big days. I'm talking about huge days. I can take the safety pick of Keenan Allen, or I can gamble and I can go Tyler Lockett and hope for those big games, because all Tyler Lockett has are big games or no games. So give me the big games of Tyler Lockett. I swear Briz is watching this, and he takes somebody on my queue every time.
Oh, I thought I was up already, and I was going to go with George Kittle. Dang it, Briz.
You are up.
I wasn't a second ago when I was getting ready to
hurry. Can't stop once you start. It stings. It stings. Do it now. Hit the button.
Who am I going to take?
Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh.
Did I get it?
You took Sam Howell.
I just went with quarterback right there.
Okay, at least we know he's starting. I think.
I just went with quarterback.
I can. Did you take the right one though?
I mean, he was on my board.
We would know. We can't see your board, unlike my board. Real men show their board, Kyle.
Well, you know what? If they would allow it, I would do it, but I can't show it in my state. I can only.
We can't blur it while it's live. Damn it. Let's see. I'm gonna add some more names here. This is really not the easiest way to draft, like, correctly, but I'm going through and I'm just marking guys that I know I have some best ball interest in. And I'm sure Briz is watching the stream and just going through and checking everybody and putting them on his queue that's on my queue. I know how you do it, Briz. You're back up, Kyle.
Yep. I mean, I'm not loving a ton of people right here. I mean, one of the big play guys from last year, whose name kept getting brought up over and over and over, was a guy like Christian Watson. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Christian Watson there, to pair with my other wide receivers of Cooper Kupp and Tay Higgins. Just a little bit more upside to kind of give them. I could have gone with like a Keenan Allen or a Christian Kirk, who might have been a little bit safer, but again, I'm going for that upside.
Briz is 100% doing it. I talked about Keenan Allen last round. I thought I was going to come all the way back around to me. He did not, because Briz took him one spot before me again. So now, in my mind, I'm looking for that big play wide receiver again. We've just talked about Sam Howell, so why not go with some Terry McLaurin?
I mean, if you're scoring points with Terry McLaurin, it means I'm scoring points with Sam Howell, so I'm okay.
Exactly. JSN going off at 7.5.
I thought about JSN, but he's a guy where I got to know where he goes.
Briz, I don't know if I believe you.
Do what?
MCS braces. Yeah, I got it up there, but I got to go back and forth so I can actually make a pick. Otherwise, I'm just going to be auto drafting.
Briz, I sniped you earlier. You came back and sniped me.
There goes David Montgomery. Don't dislike David Montgomery at this point at all.
Damian
fit.
Pierce was another guy too that I was
Yeah.
thinking about right there, but I decided to shoot high at the wide receiver position.
It's crazy seeing some of these names, Kyle, this late in drafts because we're so used to regular redraft leagues that when you look at best ball and then you add Superflex on top of it, that it's, you know, it's a little weird to see some of these guys' names this late in drafts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I don't know if this is too much of your strategy you're going to discuss, but being that your quarterback 2 is Sam Howell, are you going to try to get another option later on that is still somewhat of a starting option just in case?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that person named CJ Stroud?
You know what, Jake? It might be. You never know.
It might be. It might not be, Jake. You just have no idea at this point. Okay.
For me personally, I would go see, especially in a best ball league, I'm going CJ Stroud over Bryce Young because I think CJ Stroud is going to bring maybe a little bit more. He's not gonna be like Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts. He's not going to be any of these guys. He's going to be more like Patrick Mahomes in terms of his rushing ability, whereas you're not going to see a lot of designed runs for him, but you're going to see him pick up 15, 20 yards here or there, maybe scamper in for a touchdown every once in a while and kind of give you some of those. And I think he does have that over Bryce Young. So I would be going CJ Stroud easy over Bryce Young in these drafts.
Coming back to Dogs now. Where's Dogs going to go? Is Dogs... Okay, yeah, he has 2 quarterbacks now. He had Pickett and
another
Jones.
Running back.
Isaiah Pacheco. Kyle Pitts going just before him. Kyle Pitts going to do something this year, Kyle?
Probably not.
Probably. I mean, even if Kyle Pitts gets 600 yards and 6 touchdowns, are you happy with that?
What was it again?
606. 600 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Well, it depends. If I draft him as the tight end 8 off the board, I'm fine with that. If you draft him as the tight end 3 or 4, no, I need more than that.
Yep. Yep. All right, I'm almost back up on the clock here. I wonder if I have anybody left in my queue. Briz will be able to tell me, right, Briz? Even though he swears he's not watching, he's just listening. Polo, stop it. Okay, just stop it. Casey, stop making sense, Casey. Casey, when you... Oh, crap, I'm on the clock? Almost. Let me go back to my list here. I got 2 damn names left on my list. That's it? Well, ain't that some shit? I need... All right. Well, I was going to go with somebody else, but...
J.K. Dobbins.
Evan Ingram at the tight end position.
Oh, that's who I was going to go with.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Took him right from Kyle. Because
that's who I had up next.
The big days are there for Evan Ingram. Are you thinking, Kyle? Are you strategically thinking?
Kind of.
Is this easier to do when you're not running a stream because you can just focus on your draft, kind of?
100%.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not even really paying attention to my team, if I'm being completely honest.
So I'm going to go ahead and go David Njoku here because I don't have a tight end. And I think he does have that upside that we want at that position. Even with what they've done at the wide receiver position this offseason, David Njoku should still be a guy kind of similar to like Evan Ingram, where he's got some decent weapons around him, but we're probably going to see him have some bigger games where he just gets left alone.
Mm-hmm. Waiting to see what happens here for Bihan Shaft. And then Kyle again. Briz will take one of my guys, and then we'll be on the clock again. Where are you going, Kyle? What are you doing? What are you doing?
So I already have 3 wide receivers, so I don't need another one there. I'm going to go ahead. A couple of my guys that I were thinking about, I'm going to go ahead and go with my second tight end right now. I'm going to grab Pat Freiermuth. I think he offers a little bit of that safety that I would need behind David Njoku. because he's going to get a lot of targets. So if David Njoku does have one of those down days, at least I know that I can get 7-8 points from Pat Freiermuth or something like that. So it won't be a total loss for the week at me at the tight end position.
Yep. Let's see here. Looking for a home run. A lot of targets available in Kansas City. Who's going to catch them all besides Travis Kelce? I'll take a stab, and I'm going to go with Kadarius Toney in hopes that they can actually unlock him and use him in a regular form and fashion this year. Briz saying he should have taken more running backs. Hey, I'm the king. I love my running backs, and I only got 2 right now. So that could be a problem. I might need to look at running backs. Jason Darich has bad diarrhea. Our apologies, Jason. Rubio.
Pepto-Bismol?
Is that where you were going, Rubio? Did I actually snipe you?
Oh,
That's what I'm
got
talking
it.
about. Kelce will catch them all. I mean, most of them, dogs. Like at least 85%. I'm just trying to get that other 15, if you know what I mean. Briz, I don't disagree. I think Jamal Williams has an opportunity at another big year. Especially if we find out that Kamara's going to miss multiple games. What's up, Austin? Oh, Kamara right there at 9.7, 103rd overall, followed by Zach Charbonnet. Is he too hyped up, Kyle? Zach Charbonnet? I feel like the hype is too high on him.
I mean, when the dude was a freshman at Michigan, I thought that he was going to be a special player. So what he did at UCLA was not surprising at all. I think Charbonnet is going to be a guy that is going to be a little bit landing spot dependent, though.
I feel like if he doesn't have a huge workload in the next level, that he's not going to be anything that you even think about. And there's very few of those spots available. Kyle is in such deep thought right now. He is setting cues.
I am, because
and
I feel like
things.
I need to right the ship here.
Oh, well, I'm just winging it. I'm seeing what everybody... Joe Mixon. Is it weird? We got names like Joe Mixon and Dalvin Cook, and they could be cut or they could be released or whatever. To me, that's just so weird. Like, I get that the running back position is not what it used to be, but to just cut somebody like that, I mean, I guess it all comes down to whether they're willing to take less money or not, but what running back right now shouldn't be willing to take less money because there is no market for them?
Right. Yeah, like if the Bengals were to come to Joe Mixon and say we need you to take X amount of less to stay on the roster this year, I'm taking less.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
100, you have to.
100%. Same for Dalvin Cook.
Great pick there of Gabe Davis. He was going to be, when it got back, that was going to be my pick.
I'm not going to put it in my queue because Briz says he already knows who he's taking next. So I'm not putting it in my queue. But I'm trying to take a quick look here to see kind of what's out there.
Jahan Dotson was also going to be one of my next ones up.
I like Jahan Dotson.
I was going to pair him with Sam Howell.
All right, let me see. And there ain't a whole lot here.
Rashad Penny was going to be my next one.
Rashad Penny, I was just going to say something about. I mean, Javonte Williams, it sucks to see him sitting there too, but man, I just don't know if I want to mess with what he is to start the season if he starts off slow. James Conner is going to be on a horrible team. Damian Harris doesn't have the backfield to himself. A.J. Dillon. Now, I don't know which way you were going to go, Briz. I was going to go one of two ways, and I'll tell you both of them since you're going to take the next one. I was going to go Brian Robinson, or the other one, and I'm taking Brian Robinson, was going to be Brandon Cooks. I didn't know which way you were going to go, Briz. Was I right? Brandon Cooks would have been my next guess or my next choice, but I already have 4 wide receivers. Brian Robinson, kind of boring when it comes to best ball. Not really somebody that's going to have ginormous weeks, but at this point, I'm just trying to search for volume and guys that are going to touch the ball.
I'm going to go with Damian Harris here so I can lock him up for those weeks when he scores 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns because he only got 5 carries within the...
Yeah, 5 carries, 4 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's funny. Which is true. I mean, it's funny we laugh at it, but that's Shaft taking the gamble on Williams. Not much of a gamble right now, but still. Who's he going with? Traylon Burks second. Traylon Burks going to get 612 targets. Probably going to be injured by target 14. But I like where you're going.
I'm going to go with my QB3 here.
Mac Jones.
Mac Money.
Mac Jones.
I'm seeing a bounce back under Bill O'Brien in that offense. They made some changes to the offense, and I think getting rid of a defensive coordinator running your offense was what they needed to do first off anyway. So,
well, I'm doing it. Brandon Cooks is still sitting here, so I'll take those weeks where he gets 2 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown, and then does nothing for 3 straight weeks. But being in Dallas now, Michael Gallup really wasn't a thing. They say they want him to be a thing. Dalton Schultz gone. Kind of saw some big plays at times last year, sporadically to T.Y. Hilton. I would think that Brandon Cooks is better than that. So, give me Brandon Cooks. Better believe it, dogs. Not this year, Peter. Not this year. Kyle, how you feeling right now, Kyle?
I mean, I'd say like a B- on the team. I kind of got turned around there talking in the middle of it, and then didn't realize the player had been taken, and then I kind of had to scramble.
You kind of had to scramble for it? I guess I should put this draft board back up. Running back starting to come off. We got Madison, Connor, Foreman. Not a whole lot left out there when it comes to the running back position. Love the pick last round of Dagwood of Samaje Perine. Loved Samaje Perine for where you can get him this year. Followed by Desmond Ridder. A chance to bounce back. He'll have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and that's about it. But heading into the 12th round. I don't know how I feel about my team. What's everybody else think about my team? Because I'm really not paying that close of attention to it. What's everybody think? I mean, Burrow, Tua, JT, Sanders, B-Rob, Smith, Lockett, McLaurin, Tony, Cooks, and Evan Ingram. I mean, I don't love it. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I love it, though.
You definitely have a best ball team.
100% best ball team. I do
100%.
If I had this team in a redraft league, I would hate my life right now. Because it would be the team that would go out there and score you 296 points in week 4 and 54 points in week 5.
Yep.
I went best ball or nothing. Michael Thomas going here in the 12th round. Chigioko already gone. I was going to take some Chigioko probably in the next round or 2, so that ain't going to happen now. Thanks, Dagwood. What else do I need? A lot of people have 3 quarterbacks. You know who doesn't have 3 quarterbacks? Me. Are there any quarterbacks even left? Oh, dear Lord.
Shot on a couple.
Ryan Tannehill. He's literally like the only starter available right now. Otherwise, we got Levis, I mean, I would love to see Gardner Minshew be the starter in Indianapolis, but I don't know if that happens. Oh, I'm on the clock right now. Crap. Thanks for telling me, Kyle.
I mean, I'm locked in on my own.
I mean, I'm just going to take a gamble. I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to go with Will Levis as my number 3 option.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and did they do it? Oh, AJ, I didn't even realize Dylan was off the board.
Dylan's
Awesome. Thanks everybody again.
Great.
Who did I have up? Adam Thielen was on my board. I'm just gonna take him.
I don't hate Adam Thielen.
No, I don't. I think he's gonna get a ton of targets.
I don't know if I love Adam Thielen, but I don't hate him. Got 1, 2. Still looking. 3. Trying to look quickly so people can't snipe everything. 4. Back to Kyle. Kyle is now going with.
I'm gonna reinforce my running backs a little bit and take Zeke.
And just hopes that he's playing somewhere.
Hopefully he lands in a good position.
Okay, now it's back to me. I'm going to take my second tight end. One guy that we just can't seem to quit, Kyle. But now let's see if we can let Irv swerve in Cincinnati. We saw Hayden Hurst at times last year be a part of that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Irv can do it. It was between him or Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson is probably a safer best ball guy because he's the guy that's going to go out there and get you the 2 touchdowns in a week, but we'll see. Rory, welcome. Just woke up, working 3rd shift. Anna saying that Kamara's criminal trial is currently slated for 7/31, which is going to make drafts really hard. Kyle's got the best balls thanks to Manscaped. I don't want to know how Casey knows that.
Just has to ask.
He just has to ask. You've probably shared pictures at some point. We're going to be doing these drafts all off season long, though. So if you didn't get into one, don't worry about it. We're going to keep doing them. And as the off season progresses, we're going to start doing them more and more frequently. A lot of our audience is redraft based. So a lot of people aren't drafting right now, which I totally get it. This is something new for a lot of people. So as the offseason progresses, we're going to start doing more and more and more drafts. A lot of them will be recorded. People that, we have good drafts, they're going to be posted on the channel as well. So make sure that you guys just sign up with that link, Headliners, right there, new accounts. Make sure you make that initial deposit of $10. You get the free draft guide for 2023 fantasy football. You'll get entry into a giveaway of something in my office. You get your deposit matched up to $100. You get to play in leagues, best ball leagues like this with us. Like these guys that are drafting these teams, they're actually going to play against us and compete for money this season. So going to be doing a lot of that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun around the corner. If you haven't signed up yet, make sure you do so.
Do it now.
Do it now. Sky Moore just went off the board. Sky Moore is somebody where I think if I in best ball anyway, if I miss on Kadarius Toney a little bit earlier, Sky Moore is probably going to be somebody that I do take a stab on a little bit later. The hype was through the roof for Sky Moore. Mm-hmm. And he just didn't have an opportunity in that offense last year, but now with no Juju, and he's gonna have an opportunity. And best ball wise, could have some big weeks. If you could put Zeke on a team right now, what team do you put him on, Kyle? If you got to sign him somewhere.
It depends. Because it's all a bunch of what if scenarios.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is a preferred landing spot. Well, I'm only interested in Cincinnati if there's no Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see Joe Mixon released. What was the other preferred landing spot? I just drafted the guy. Hold on. I can go back and look. It will tell me. Or it won't.
Or not.
Or
Rubio, you don't know that.
Or it shan't.
Stranger things have happened. I'll gladly take your $3.
The Eagles, Jets, and Bengals. So I knew the Jets was another one, but before I started speaking, I wanted to, because I couldn't remember if it was the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles, I don't mind the Eagles, especially with Rashad Penny. So that's probably his best case landing spot. I don't want him anywhere near New England because I'm too invested in Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
And as far as the Jets go, I would need to know that Brees Hall isn't going to be fully healthy the entire season to really get what we would like. So if I had to pick a spot, it would be the Eagles. And obviously with Rashad Penny, if Rashad Penny's not healthy the entire year, then Zeke is going to have a good opportunity.
Yep. I mean, who said it here in the chat? I just saw it. Zeke on the Dolphins would be interesting. Trevor Massey. I think the Dolphins are pretty interesting for a lot of these big time names that are popping up. I'm almost on the clock. I got to pay attention for a second. I have nobody in my queue. This is great.
See, that's my problem is I keep I keep talking and forget what I'm doing.
Well, if D-Hop gets traded, they're going to have to check the ball down a lot. Let's go with Rondell Moore. Rondell Moore is a best ball type play for me this year.
I'm going to go with another best ball type play, Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Are there any quarterbacks left? Do I care? I mean, I got 3. I'm going to put him there just in case. Oops. Come on. Not a whole lot there. That kind of sucks. I'll think about that one and that one. Okay. At least I got somebody in my queue now.
I'm going to go with a guy that nobody's talking about because he was injured last year. He's a guy that very late you could end up potentially grabbing, and maybe he doesn't make it back for week 1, but could be back sometime mid-season. I'll go with Zach Ertz because they're going to have to throw to somebody.
That's where I'm going to, is another tight end here. We got Hayden Hurst or Isaiah Likely. Neither one of them overly sexy. Hayden Hurst at times last year, am I really wanting to bank on a rookie quarterback? I don't know. Isaiah Likely, we don't know what the hell's going on with Lamar Jackson right now. But if I had to take a stab, I'm going to go with Isaiah Likely. Yeah. The Niners should probably just get Zeke. It's something they would do. God, I hope. If they do, that's, I mean, football-wise, I understand, I guess. But fantasy football-wise would piss off a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't even know. How many people are watching right now, Kyle? Have people even hit the like button today?
97.
Anybody hit the like button?
115 a few minutes ago, but we only have 55 likes.
Oh, wow. I see how it is, people. We're sacrificing our own teams for others to see our cues, and you're not even liking the video.
Well, they don't see my cue, so.
Oh, maybe that's why they're not liking it. Maybe if they can see yours too. Maybe I should just announce a round in advance who my planned pick is so that people can just take all my players. And it wouldn't be just Briz feeling guilty.
Well, I mean, I could tell people what my queue is, or I could just send it to their DMs. I can just send them a picture. It's going to be up to you to decide whether or not it's going to be an actual picture of my team or something else.
Yeah. It's like a preview of the picture. Like you have to choose whether or not you want to like download it. Yeah. I've had those before. Not from you. For sure, Johnny. I think that's where a lot of people have a hard time differentiating too, right? Is moves happen in the NFL and everybody's like, that's so stupid. But really the only reason it's stupid is because it affects our fantasy football teams. Like in the NFL scheme of things, it probably makes a lot of sense a lot of times. That's right, Briz. Maybe you are. You should be like, Brady will come out of retirement. This is a super flex. He's worth the risk, and someone will take him. Nate brings up an interesting point, Kyle. In videos like this, like when we're really starting to take it serious, would it be a D-bag move for us to sit here on video and talk up a player that we know we don't like just to get somebody else to take them? is that
All
is that like
fair in love,
douchebag-ish?
war,
Like, I don't
and
know.
fantasy sports.
I know. Like, only for drafts, you know, in our regular videos for sure, but like in drafts, I'm wondering, would people look down upon that?
I've seen people say that before too. They're like, "Y'all just do this so people don't draft," and I'm like, "Really?
Like, I don't even pay
You think
attention
I've
to
got
my
enough
teams
time?
anymore.
If I just
Yeah.
wanted to win fantasy football leagues, you think I'd do this?" Terry, who dat?
Hudak.
Becoming a
Hudak
member
Terry
of the
in this
6th
chat.
month. What's up, guys? Good to have you back in action. Let's get pumped for a new season. Woo!
Super pumped. Michael Gallup off the board all the way in the 16th round, going to what? It's 20 rounds.
All right, Jake.
Okay.
Next pick is just for you.
Just for me?
Yep, 100%.
Just for me. Let
You're
me see if I
welcome.
can figure out who it is. Just for me. Just for me. It's got to be somebody who's got bald hair or something. Oh, it's Hunter Renfrow, isn't it? It's a balding Hunter Renfrow. Man, there is not a lot left out there. Part of me thinks I don't hate that one. Are you going to go with... I know who you're going with.
Who?
Where the heck is he? He was just on my screen. It's this guy, isn't it, chat? That's where he's going.
I can't see your screen.
I know. I'm asking the chat first because I don't want you to see it. Oh, crap. I'm on the clock. Crap.
I was just trying to distract you.
I'm... Mecole Hardman seems like a good guy for a best ball type draft. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
I have so many wide receivers. Good Lord.
Who do you think I'm drafting here?
Ronald Jones.
Yep.
That's exactly who I put in my queue. I asked the chat if I was right. It's like we know each other or something, Kyle.
Yep, I'm taking him just for you.
I just had to scroll through the names. I knew it would be a guy who's bald or a guy that I hated. We may have done this a time or two together. Casey wants to know if you've kicked any doors lately.
No. None of those. I'm going to go with Wan'Dale Robinson here.
I like that. I was looking at Wan'Dale. I like Wan'Dale.
Danny Jones likes to look at the slot a little bit.
Ooh. I desperately need a running back. But there is desperately not anybody available out there worth a crap. I'm going to hope for the best. And I'm going with Cordero Patterson.
He was also on my radar.
I just need a running back. He's my number 4 guy. Hunter Henry late wouldn't be bad. Not bad. I don't know if I mean, after the first 4 or 5 tight ends are off the board, it's like anybody's game, right? So, I mean, after that, I don't know if anybody's bad. They all have a huge amount of risk and could do a whole lot of nothing, so. I don't hate Gus Bus, but dude, it just doesn't look the same after all the injuries. Can we wax Kyle again?
No.
Hey, how's your hair coming in?
It's good.
Yeah, see, it's like mowing the grass, right? Every once in a while it just comes back a little bit better. You just had to shave it off for it to come back better.
I was worried there for a while because I was like, my hair is not growing as quickly as it normally does, but I mean, it's back.
Yeah. See, it wasn't that bad. You just hit the restart button. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, the reset button for you would be going back 25 years. But
yeah, I really wish I could push past the awkward phase and like have my hair grow out, but I don't. I'm just not. I can't do it.
I'm not betting waxing myself on a draft that I'm doing while I'm trying to commentate and stream as well.
Hey, I have a question. Who out here is checking out the podcast right now? Has anybody been watching the podcast and dying of laughter? Anybody in the chat? Please tell me that you've been watching the podcast and dying of laughter. That right there is about as gold as you can get. I appreciate you, Dave. I know you were doing it, Dave.
Every week.
The Rams should sign Zeke. I don't hate that. Rory loves it. Rubio doesn't even know what podcast. Okay. This is what we're doing.
What?
Are you able to drop the link to the channel in the chat, Kyle, or no?
For the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need people to go subscribe
Wait,
to the podcast.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't coming up to draft and you were asking me to do something.
No, I did it with plenty of time ahead. I'm just afraid if I change my screen, it won't come back to the right screen. I wasn't asking you, Kyle. I was talking to your boss and absolutely love the pod. I don't know what Casey's talking about, but dogs, I know you watch it. Come on now. Y'all got to go subscribe to the podcast. It is not just football related. We talk about anything and everything possible. Yes, it's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on Google. It's on Amazon. It's on everything. I'm on the clock again. Crap. Let's go.
Pinned comment in the chat.
Pinned comment in the chat. I'm going to gamble, and I'm going to go with Bobby Trees. Give me some Robert Woods super late. Catching balls in Houston. Yeah, right there. Check out the podcast. It's called Discombobulated. It's all of us at the same time making fun of each other and talking about anything that's going on in the world.
I couldn't comment on Nate Larson talking about Hunter Henry because he was already queued up as my next player to draft.
Oh, so that's why you totally ignored it?
So that's why I totally ignored it.
I got you. Nate, I'm going to do that next. I think I could wait another round.
And I already have my next player queued up as well.
I don't want to say it or bring attention to it, Nate, because then they just take it from me. Can you spell that? Not great, but if there's a link to it, all you got to do is click the link, Rubio. It's right there. DISCOM BOBULATED. Discombobulated. When did King Henry go off? Right here. Third round. 3.7, Mike. Oh, I'm on the clock again. Nobody told me. Oh, and you idiot, you took him. You son of a hoe bag. I'm taking
I was
Josh
just waiting to
Allen.
see how long it took you to notice.
You're a D-bag. You didn't, you son of a. That's messed up. That is messed up. I was totally taking him next, and I was like, that's what I was just talking about. People. See what I got to work with daily? I couldn't have talked up Tom Brady. Kyle knows better. Son of a hoe bag, did you just call? What did you just call? Kyle knows better. I can't believe you did that. And I didn't even notice it. I opened my queue was empty. I was like, I know I clicked him, I thought.
Oh, man. I said to myself, I probably need to grab another quarterback here. And I looked and he was the first name that popped up. And I was like, oh, yeah, Jake said he was going to take the handcuff later on. So I'll just take it.
Wow. And now, a whole lot of nothing. I'll go this way. Or I'll go... I still can't believe you did that. Other people I would have expected that from. but not from you. That's what I get for not paying attention. I look at it this way, Mike. If they were feeling good about Kyle Trask, why even bring in Baker Mayfield? Like, if you're that uncomfortable that you feel you need Baker Mayfield, like, I feel like that speaks that they aren't too thrilled about Kyle Trask being the answer anyway. He may be sporadically. Oh, yeah. The podcast's starting to come out every week. Glad you guys are enjoying Discombobulated. Make sure you click that link above. Subscribe if you haven't already. We just launched it like a month ago, but we're having a lot of fun. Comes out every Wednesday. Right? Wednesday?
Yes.
4 of you have subscribed to it. Thank you to those 4. To the rest of you who haven't, may your team lose horrifically in fantasy football.
Oh, snap.
Not a big year, but nice for him. Yeah, I can see that, Briz. We only got a few picks left.
I'm trying to see who I want to take last here.
Oh, damn it. That one came out of my queue. I saw somebody in the chat say Jay Money with a sleeper pick. I don't know if he was talking about Chase Edmonds or Greg Dortch, but I had Chase Edmonds in my queue because I was like, well, no more Leonard Fournette. Maybe he gets a chance. Not anymore. No. Maybe. Let's put this one in there and see what happens. Just in case. Oh, look at that. I'm on the clock again. I was paying attention this time. Give me Pierre Strong. And then we got Briz, Swag, and Behanshaft.
What'd you just call me?
Exactly. Yeah, follow it on Spotify. Perfect. Rubio.
I'm going to take Hassan Haskins.
I'm okay. I'm not going to judge you for that. I'm more pissed you took Mike White last round. So
Pick of the year, and he's not even going to do anything for my team.
That's right. Yeah, he's going to be just a bench player for you forever.
He'll be a bench player for me, but where I'll really get a win from it is that week where Tua is going to be missing and you won't have another quarterback.
All right, it means absolutely nothing other than you and me competing against each other at everything. What's your projected point total?
Oh, shoot. I forgot it showed that. I backed out of it.
All right, I win by default.
$3,072.
You lie.
I swear to God, you can see it for yourself. What do you mean I lie?
How can I see it? Oh, on here.
The draft summary page.
Where are you at?
3,072.1.
Well, son of a whore.
To Jake's 3,013.5. There was only 2 people that had more, 3 people that had more projected than me.
Well, crap. Where's Briz at? Briz basically drafted my team. Oh, Briz, 2,200, Briz? What are we doing?
Johnny, yeah.
Johnny who?
Johnny. He asked if the new podcast is on Spotify. Yep.
Yes.
Just search for Discombobulated.
Yeah, Briz, we know. I was just giving him a hard time. And that's why I hate projections. I know you know this because you've been around, but if anybody who hasn't, I hate projections because it gives people a false sense of security.
Yeah, we say that every year.
I just do it because me and Kyle compete at everything. Like, if you've watched Discombobulated, you know that like there's some, not even between me and Kyle, but me and Ethan have some things coming up where we need to settle some things on some athletic wagers. Kyle, you've been practicing. You see, that's not fair. That you cheat a little bit, Kyle, because you get a chance to hit baseballs. I need to go to a batting cage.
I do hit baseballs in practice.
I need to go to a batting cage.
But
'Cause I'm
I
gonna
don't
put
need
one
to
out.
practice anyway, because it's like riding a bike, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, I'm almost positive I can hit one out. I just don't know if my back is ready for the torque that I'm going to put upon it when I swing that hard.
Jake's gonna be like, boom.
Yeah. Anna is pissed because Ohio courts don't live stream their proceedings. And only you watch live streams of court cases. Actually, that's probably not a true statement. Who had fun drafting or watching a draft? Did you guys have fun doing this? Would you like us to do this more often at random times throughout the week? Once we get further into the off season, we'll start randomizing the days a lot more. But right now, with it being kind of slower, we kind of just pick one day and kind of stick to it if we can. What are you doing?
I was just getting my groove on.
And that's why I thought about it after I said that. And I'm sure there's probably more people watching those live streams than they're watching this one right now.
Yeah, Anna, a bunch of losers like you.
Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know how you recover from that. How do you recover from that?
I don't. I have officially dug myself a hole that will be buried in here in just a moment.
I'm sure there's a DM sent somewhere. She is pissed right now. Yeah, throw the flag on that one. Your flag doesn't work anymore, does it?
No, I had to unplug it because it was messing with the computers, the wireless part of it.
On the gaming side.
That is a damn lie. There is no way that you wouldn't send me a Christmas present. I bet.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think that it would mess with her too much. That like 2 weeks later, she'd feel way too bad that she didn't actually end up sending me anything.
Possible. Any comments on your draft? My brothers. What was your name?
He got second in projections. So whoever that is.
How do you find out who's in second place or whatever?
Oh, just let me do everything around here.
Oh, C. Matthews. There it is. Let's see here. You got Lawrence, Rogers, Love, and Brissett. Eckler, Hall, Charbonnet, Connor, Wilson, Warren, Hopkins, Pittman, Kirk, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas, Chase Claypool, Paris Campbell, Gerald Everett, Gesicki, and Ferguson.
Effing awful.
I mean, it's worse than my team. It's better than Kyle's, but it's worse than mine. Overall, you have pieces at each position that I like, right? I love Trevor Lawrence this year. Love Austin Eckler still. I'm a little bit worried that after Austin Eckler, it's Breece Hall coming off major injury, Zach Charbonnet, who we don't even know where he's going to play or how much he's going to touch the ball. James Conner's on a horrific team. Jeff Wilson could have some big games if they don't add somebody else, and then Jalen Warren needs injuries to happen. So I don't hate it. For wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins, where's he going to end up playing with Pittman, Kirk, Deontay, Thomas, Claypool, Paris Campbell? I like the wide receivers a lot more than I like the running backs.
Ooh.
And then at the tight ends, I mean, they're solid later round options.
Hey, Anna. Mine's right here. And Ethan can't even keep his.
Hey. Ethan doesn't even know what she was talking about.
What?
Hey, look it. I had to move. I had my Gatorade on it. Not a sponsor, should be a sponsor. So there. It's right there on my desk. Easy access. If you know what I mean.
Briz.
I'm not making the doc anything else.
Did you read Briz's super chat?
Oh, thanks for the invite. I've been about 30 of these drafts, different rosters. It's been addicting, Briz. That's for sure. And we're trying not to do it so much so everybody doesn't blow their wad in April. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to make sure people have a chance to do this all off season long. Let's see here. Here's late. Can't do that. Got that. What is going on? Lit Nick in the house. Been a member for 17 months. What's good, fellow dogs? Don't need 4 quarterbacks. That I agree with, Nate, on C. Matthews' team. But the only reason I didn't really hate it is because it's Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, and being that Aaron Rodgers is technically still a Packer, he could have Aaron Rodgers and Trevor Lawrence, and then if Rodgers leaves, he's got 3 starters. So I somewhat understand it because it's kind of unknown. But I hear that for sure. Kalafa, no days off. You better believe it. Best in the business. Appreciate you, Kalafa. I'm kind of tempted to go to LV to watch the Kamara trial if it's not going to be live streams. Anna, would you want to go and like report live from the Kamara trial?
Oh, snap.
I'll send you an old credential of ours, and you can just like put your picture on it. Should totally do that. I know, Nick. I thought about it after I said it that I probably shouldn't say that, but I still said it, and by the time I'd already said it, I couldn't stop it. Fun time listening to it while mowing the lawn today. Hedgehog. I'm all about that. I did like, okay, so we left our house. We were gone for 2 weeks when we were in Arizona. When I came back, I had a forest in my front and backyard. Like, it was like mid-calf, so I know all about the yard work.
Speaking of calves, mine look good as always.
No bias there, right?
In case anyone was wondering.
Anna and Tater live at the courthouse. Dude, that would be epic. That would be must-watch YouTube TV. Especially since, like, you're just, like, winging it. You know, that'd be perfect. I can't be live, no tech in the... I don't mean live. I mean, like, you're live from the courthouse. Like, not in the courtroom. Like, outside, you're live reporting on what's going on.
Yeah, Anna.
At the courthouse, not in the courthouse. The big difference, small word. Kyle, what do you got planned for the rest of your beautiful Sunday?
Kids are not feeling well, so we're not doing much the rest of the day. We were supposed to have baseball practice. That got canceled because the weather's crap. Probably gonna head inside here when we get done, check on the kids, see how they're doing, and then probably keep working on the mock draft.
Well, that sounds like fun. And then the mock draft will be out tomorrow. And then we have more rankings coming up this week. What are you laughing at?
Brian said there's only one way Tater's getting in the courthouse.
Yeah, and it's if he's the one convicted, right? I 100% agree with that. Totally agree with that. All right, well,
Jalen
we've
Carter's
been here
visiting with the Lions tomorrow.
Who is?
Jalen Carter.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, is he a great player? Absolutely. I am worried about the off-field stuff. Now, it could be one of those things where it will be in the past and he understands, man, I escaped being in a lot of trouble this time and I can't put myself in those situations again. And he could end up being just fine. It's just, hopefully he does learn from this. But I know Brad Holmes was very supportive of him in a recent interview that he did, saying, you know, hey, if people, you know, had access to social media the way they do now when I was in college, he said I probably, you know, wouldn't have made it as far as I did. So he did talk a little bit about how, you know, young people make mistakes and they need to grow up in a culture that will help them become a better person. And I don't know, that's speaking volumes because I feel like there's a lot more than a lot of other people said about him.
Yeah, that's for sure. For sure. Skeptic, what's going on? I see you out there. Jake, is there going to be a Superflex Headliners League this season or just an Underdog? I'm guessing you mean Superflex. I don't know what else SF would be other than San Francisco, and that doesn't make any sense. We're going to be doing private type leagues through Underdog, so it's going to be more through that platform, but there'll be things that are not like open to the public, if that makes sense. They will be first offered to members, and then after that, it'll be public. But members, subscribers, they'll all get the first crack at it. For sure. All right, well, since Kyle's kids aren't feeling the greatest, it's a beautiful Sunday day here, even though it's not in Indiana where he's at. We're going to go enjoy the rest of the day. Luis wants to do a $50 draft. Luis, I'll do a $50 draft with you later in the offseason. I'm not going to do
why not 100? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
Luis.
You want a $50 draft? Let's double up, baby.
After the draft happens a little bit later in the offseason, for sure. I'm all over that if you want to do that. There's a show, Tater doing a beer review in front of a courthouse, Brian. Like, if I could find a way to set that up, I would do that. For sure. 100%. All right, Luis says he's down. Kyle, does that mean you're in too? Kyle, are you in, or were you just talking in Luis to do more?
I mean, let's go 200. Why are we stopping at 100?
I don't know if there is a 200. I think it goes to 500.
500.
I don't even know what the payout is on that. $69 one or no? Nick, I don't think that's an option. I don't think they have that as a setting in here. Backyard's about knee high, so definitely a forest. Dang right. I'll be in the courtroom taking notes. I'll run out on breaks and give them to Tater, and he can report on them. That's must-see TV. If we could ever find a way to do something like that, then I got to put Tater on a plane and stuff, so that's
Who wants to come to KC to hang out with us?
Yeah, is anybody in the chat right now coming to Kansas City in 10 days? Ish. What is 10 days would be the 26th, which is a Wednesday. Whatever that Saturday is. I need a Saturday the 29th. Saturday the 29th. Who's going to be in Kansas City hanging out with us? Anybody? Anybody here in the chat currently? If we do a $500 one, I'm not trusting your draft guide. Luis, we would make more money on the draft guide than we would make on the $500 draft.
That's true.
So the draft guide is still more important for us to sell. Briz is not. Anna is not, even though Anna wants to go to the courthouse for Alvin Kamara, but she does not want to come to Kansas City with us. That is noted. Briz. Okie dokie. Briz is busy. Putting in work. Oh, Briz, are you really a pipe layer at work? Because if you are, that was the greatest joke ever. Because that's not exactly what I thought you meant. If you were
as soon as I heard you say okie dokie, I was like, what did he say?
Yeah. Dude, that is awesome, Briz. Briz just putting down pipe on the regular. Just daily slinging pipe everywhere. Burying it in whatever he can bury it in. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm waiting. Nobody here has said that they're going to come. I don't know how many people are even watching right now, but I don't see anybody. Busy season. Boss would boo-hoo if I left. Terry, I'll talk to your boss. Terry, give me a phone number. Let me know what their name is, and I'll talk.
We're writing notes right now.
You're writing notes? What are you writing notes on?
To get him out of work.
Oh, yeah. Totally. And it's just paid taxes. And that's what we talked about at the start of the show. We were celebrating income tax weekend. It is sickening how much money was paid in taxes this weekend. Just this weekend alone. Not even counting the estimated taxes that are paid quarterly. That is a downfall of this profession, Kyle, is we make money all year long and none of it is taxed.
Mm-hmm.
So then income tax season comes around and fa-voom. You know, I mean, it's big. Anna, do you do estimated taxes too or no? Because I know you have a business. I've started doing estimated taxes personally, business-wise. It's disgusting. All right, well, 4:36 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. It was a fun draft. We're going to start doing these more often. Exactly, Luis. Know all about that. The money goes where? Doc, he doesn't know. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the day. OEG, I see you out there. Appreciate you. We're going to start doing these more often, though. So make sure you get that account set up using promo code Headliners.
Day.
Yes, that's right. Promo code Headliners, new accounts on Underdog. Only a $10 deposit. You're going to get a free draft guide for 2023. We'll match your deposit up to $100. You get an entry for a signed piece of merchandise from my office, and you get to compete in best ball leagues with us. Going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. A lot of enjoyable content coming up here in the next few days, next few weeks, next few months, next few years. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button on your way out. But for me and Kyle, he's now dabbed 16 times. And before he passes out due to blood flow loss in his head, we're going to get out of here for the day. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you later.